Day 25 of my 30-day van conversion challenge. Today I want to get the bed walls up. I started off measuring the bed recess and then I transferred it to my plywood. I cut this first with the plunge saw but didn't do the full length because I still haven't quite figured out how to know where the plunge saw is cutting. So I had to finish off with the jigsaw, but it did look beautiful if I do say so myself. I used the contour gauge to get the curve around the door and cut that out with the jigsaw. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to close this off yet, but I'm just going to try and sort that out later. It looked so good, but there were two problems. One, I'd managed to get my dimensions wrong, and two, the wood was cracking from where I was trying to bend it. In the end, I decided I needed to attach it in two parts so that the wood wouldn't need to bend so much and also so that I could recut the top piece without too much hassle. Then I cut out a hole for the USB panel in the bed recess. I needed to make sure that it didn't get in the way of the batten, so I measured 12 mils and made sure that it was further back than that. I realised I couldn't cut using the jigsaw from the side that I'd drawn on, so I drilled a small hole in each corner so that I had a guide from the other side, and then used the jigsaw to get it out. Then I did exactly the same for the light switches and tried very hard to make sure that they'd be straight in the end. I repeated it again for the USB panel on the other side and used a hole saw to cut out the hole for the 12-volt socket. Then it was time to start painting everything. This always takes ages, but it was doubly annoying today because it was so windy, so loads of flies kept landing in the paint. I did manage to drop the wheel arch, but thankfully I sanded it down and painted over it and you couldn't tell any difference. I decided I wanted to use pocket holes to attach the bed recesses, so I removed the battens so that I could add pocket holes to them, and then I installed the USB panel. And this was the moment when I realised that the battens were 18mm, not 12, and I needed to make this USB panel further back. Thankfully, when I recut it, it just about covered the hole and it all fitted perfectly. Then I installed the walls in the bed recess on the other side. I had to move this batten along slightly because of my error with the USB panel. I installed these light switches and clamped the wall up, but that was sadly all I had time for today, so come back tomorrow to see what I can get done on day 26.